Hi, everybody. It's Linda G, and I wanted to come on real quick. Oops. And let everybody know what the current stuff I just got hits last night. This won't be a long session. I kind of heard from the guides more in kind of a warning feeling, like be sure to tell everybody, but almost like they were a little frantic. They don't tend to get frantic, but it's like, it's hard to explain. It wasn't anger, but it was very firm. And they want us to know that we are on the precipice of what could be annihilation. And I don't mean to scare you, for entertainment purposes only. There are so many good people on Earth is what keeps us going. And the ETs on this Earth, really, they are looking out for us, making sure no nuclear episode occurs. But there's a lot of backroom, underhanded stuff going on. And they said, do you realize even a volcanic eruption in Yellowstone could pretty much close things down for a long time? So they just want to know how delicate the situation is and how we need to maintain constantly in grace for what we have and energetically tell them, how do I save us? I want to save us. Because there's a lot of good people here, you guys, more good than bad. Putin is definitely not going to be around. I don't think he has this year left. Energetically, I sent something on my YouTube that talks about how he doesn't have any friends except with Iran and North Korea. It just feels like all we need is another big disappointment for Putin, and people are turning their noses up. I don't think he's got much longer to go. I've always seen him running, so I feel he's not going to be around. And when the regime goes down, even if some people try to take over, I see other people going in and saying, oh, hell no. So, he changed the parliament to his way. Everything got changed to his way, but he's not going to be able to hold on to it. It's like I see his grip being pulled away. And somebody is planning on doing something towards him. I can see it. It might even be a woman. It might be a woman he trusts, though he doesn't trust anybody. So, Ukraine, I don't want you to worry. I know that it's going bad now. Let's look at Ukraine. I don't care what they go in or how much land they initially think they're going to take over. It's about ready to change. Biden is frantic. Biden is frantic. Okay, so tell me what I can tell everybody. Oh, he's furious at Johnson. I got to keep my phone on, you guys, because Lulu's at the doctor's getting her tooth pulled. Tell me about Ukraine. Please tell me the truth and only the truth. So it is up in the air. They're almost losing hope. Crossed by the Fool, which is something new is coming. Something new is going to help them out. Take charge leadership, which is Zelensky, and the devil, which is Putin, is right beneath him. Okay. And they're playing it safe. I don't know what they're doing, but they got some plans. And I see Zelensky, being very careful of what they spend as far as energy, but it doesn't feel like Russia's going to be able to go in and do very much more. I never saw this big, huge disappointment. This is actually a disappointment what's happening now, but it could be worse. I will tell you that. and it's saying, hold your ground and be diligent. Some security with money is coming in, okay? Oh, look at the outcome for them. You guys, there's no way in heck that they're not going to be okay. Might even be by August at the latest. Look at this. This is creativity, do what you know. It's like magic. It's like magic is coming in for them. They had the magician crossing him. So this is also a Piscean time. This is all getting ready to happen. Oh my God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you so much. So, just hang in there. And there'll be a lot of celebrating too after Putin is taken out. Oh no, poor Australia is still having huge brush fires. Big time exodus. God bless Australia. And I talked to Revealing Light. The book should be published next week. And she's gonna have me and her, we're gonna talk about it, which was very, very generous on her part. I'm so honored. She wrote me such a nice email that I broke down crying. Oh my God, because I'm nervous about the book. Probably that's why it took me so long, because part of me was like, who, but the guides told me I had to do it. So I'm following instructions, okay? I don't know if it's going to help anyone. I'll probably be made fun of, but I can handle that. I'll just get some nice nude rear shots that I can send to those who talk trash. Give them more to talk about. Now, as you know, okay, can I just take a quick look at Netanyahu? Because Netanyahu is going down too. He's going to do something that's really going to create more upset. As it is, people are really upset. And I got a little bit tense with somebody who wrote me. There was some show and they were talking about how Biden dropped the ball and Biden this. And I was like, okay, fine. Then vote for Trump. Vote for Trump and then see what happens. Well, you're not going to be comfortable at all. And the person wrote me back and said they just wanted me to be informed. I felt bad. I wasn't terribly mean, but I was like kind of tired of it already. And the guides told me that the reason Biden isn't really doing what he should be doing now, because he knows he should be doing it. It's still Netanyahu's country. But Biden is assisting with giving the military. And this is what I heard. I heard that he's doing it because he doesn't want to lose the Jewish vote in the United States. I know that's terrible to say. That's what I heard. And there's a lot of Jewish people that don't want to see mass slaughter either, but they want their loved ones taken out. That's part of the desperateness of going in there. They want you to save their hostages. So, and I see people talking to Biden around him, kind of worried about, like, if this wasn't, let's say this was next year and Biden's still in office, he would cut Netanyahu off in a New York minute. But part of the reason he's not doing it, because we've always been pro-Israel, is that he doesn't want to upset, which is, it's not the way to go. It's not the way to go. But, you want to help, but you don't want to see any kind of mass slaughter. So this is really sad what's going on. People are starving. We just need to pray really hard. So let's look at Netanyahu. I know everybody says, I pray all the time, Linda. Well, let me tell you something. It helps, even if you think they're not listening. It helps. Oh, when I woke Lulu up this morning, well, actually, she was awake. Then I had to walk around here. I was trying to bide the time because she was supposed to be at the vet by 7:30. And then I didn't feed them breakfast, because she's not supposed to eat. They both were sitting there looking at me like, you lost your mind, lady. So we played some more balls outside. And I passed the time. And then she was so upset when I dropped her off. She's like, Mama, she was looking at me through the window. Oh, please, Mama, because that poor baby's had some major surgeries. Fortunately, this should be okay. Once they take this tooth out, I don't think she'll suffer. Okay, so Netanyahu, angel of light and mercy. Give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you for the good news on Zelensky. Thank you very much. I needed that. You guys get a lot of emails with thank you for your order or McGaffey or stuff like that. And then here's your invoice for 1,000 something. It's like, dude, you cray. There's a lot of that going on. People are trying to steal left and right. You guys be very cautious about anything on the internet. And by the way, my phone, that's why I have to keep it here, is that once again, I'm not getting the phone calls. And my baby's in the hospital and I need to know when she's ready to go. I'll rush down there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, he he might even be cut off eventually from Biden, because this is showing he's trying to get monies. There's a little bit of victory here, so I wouldn't doubt if they get some more kidnapped subjects out. So Justice is standing there with him. Justice is standing there with him. He is, oh, isn't he supposed to go on trial pretty soon? Because Justice is standing there and the angel of light and mercy will see it through. So he's not going to be able, he's going to actually kind of go into hiding, or he's not going to be able, come September, it doesn't feel like he's able to move much. He's stuck. And money is not, I think he has a lot of money, but he's about ready to get in trouble over money too. Ooh, hell yeah. So unfortunately, I mean, I'm not seeing Netanyahu taken out. I just see them saying, because someone else will take over. I see people saying, enough, we want somebody else in there. So that's good. Okay, hold on 1 second. When I first heard about Navalny's death, which was shocking, but remember I had the vision of him stepping outside his jail doors and standing in the sunlight. I had that vision. And to me now, that's a vision as he's standing in the realm. So, and then I went into sort of but my first instinct was he was murdered. That was my first instinct. And now everybody's saying he was murdered. They're saying bruises are on the body and stuff, but I don't know if we'll ever really get to know. Just like I say, what's his name was murdered in jail, because it was just like with Navalny. They said they shut down the jail and no cameras were working, except so. The guy that owns the island, I saw he was a murderer. Navalny, when he talked to me, he wasn't portraying himself as being murdered, but he did say poison when I was poisoned or left over from the poison. But I felt like he got really sick. So, but he was so happy to be on the other side. Maybe that overtook it, but his wife is the one that's going to really create some dust. I love it. Hold on. She feels very brave and very angry. And the poor mother, she's doing everything to try to get her son's body back, and they're blackmailing her and they're telling she has to have a secret burial. I mean, how can that not be murder? It has to be, but he never used the word murder to me. In fact, he felt surprised that he had died. So it feels like it was fast. He was dead. And then he was on the other side. And definitely like started, because I don't get them when they died that early. Like when I usually get people later, but he just wanted everybody to know I'm moving forward. It's almost like that. Remember that Petty, what's her name? She was a long blonde hair and she was murdered by her boyfriend. That energy, like she moved out of her body and she wanted everybody to know he murdered her. But he didn't say he was murdered, interesting enough. So Yulia, I worry about her because she's going to talk. She's telling everybody get rid of Putin. I mean, he's already calling her an enemy. If she comes anywhere near Russia, she'll be put in jail. But I worry about them seeking her out and trying to take her out. So let me take a look at Yulia. But she'll help change things around. If they decide to kill me, it's because they were cowards. They are weak. And Putin is a coward. I think something's going to happen in March around whenever the voting happens. I'm sure he'll have a fake win, but it's a fake win. But there's some disturbance here. I can feel the shifting, the resistance. Julia. Her daughter's very proud too of her dad. I think I see President Biden talk to her. I think the United States is even, I'm wondering, is she in the United States? Because I see the United States making sure she's quite covered, that nothing can happen while she's here. I don't know where she lives outside of that, as if in the UK, but wherever she's living, I see people being, top intel, listening for chatter or anything they get. And the other thing, somebody was saying that whoever the guy was in charge of that jail got some big promotion. So, I mean, all the signs are that he was murdered, and he was murdered that day. Why he didn't tell me he didn't tell me he wasn't murdered, but why he didn't say to me, they murdered me, is beyond me. I just think he was so happy to be in that light, It's almost like they don't care what happened. They can go through stabbings and sufferings, and then they're over there and they're like, oh, yay, I'm here. Tell me what I can tell about Yulia. Will she help with the cause for Russia? I just saw St. Michael. I just saw St. Michael with the sword. I even see Zelensky talking to her. I see Zelensky talks. You might find out she visited Zelensky. Boy, that would be a big mistake, going out to Ukraine. They might talk on the phone or something. And this visit Yulia had with President Biden, she's telling him some of the places to sanction for Russia. She had a little intel or more information to give them. But I'm going to tell you, I can feel it really strong. Biden just really loves Zelensky, and he loves Navalny, he loves Yulia. And it's really important that I don't know why that Congress will take a look at them in a minute. It's really important that we stand our ground and take care of Ukraine. So, because if they get Ukraine, it's over. But I don't see that. I'm just telling you, they are worse than they were before, and they'll think they can just walk and take over, come take Alaska, whatever. But the thing is, Trump's not going to win. Trump is not going to win. And by the way, a judge just refused Trump for holding off on that 384 million, which is up to 400 million with interest. He's got to put the money up. I love it. I love it. Yulia, tell me about you, sweetie. Oh, she's very angry. She was even angry at him a little bit, but she understood the cause. I see her kind of being angry at him. It's so funny. And I think he understood why she was angry, because I see her even like push him, because she fought with him about coming back to Russia. Because she knew they would take him out. They tried to stop Navalny from giving any kind of words, but his attorneys would get it. And, like even that Valentine message, Putin didn't like that. He didn't like that the messages were coming out. Oh yeah, she's struggling. She's struggling. Her heart is broken. Will they actually get the body up? Will they actually get Zelensky's body? They're being assholes. Sorry about that. They're being very, very angry. They might let him, either they burn him or he's so. They might even tell her, this is what I just heard, to the mother. His body was reeking so bad that we went ahead and burnt him. Here's your ashes. They're going to get something, but it's not what they were hoping. They can't test it. So you can't prove bruises or anything. She's going up on a cause. In fact, it's in the beginning, and I see money's being thrown at her. I see money being thrown at her because she's going to talk and she's not going to shut up. She is being threatened. She knows she's being threatened, and she's hiding, or she's trying to hermit herself. But I see Putin. I don't know who it is, and it feels male energy. I see him having to come down. Come down. And it's like people are moving forward and they don't look back. It might even be someone he knows. You don't think these sanctions are going to be tough enough that the ones that have the money are going to get hurt, and so they're like, somebody take him out because it's costing us too much money? Does that make sense to you? Didn't I say that before? I think I might have said that before. The oligarchs were going to be affected by some of the sanctions, because the sanctions that they did nothing, because they just stepped right over it. That's the attitude he has right now. He's got this little cocky attitude that he's all that in a cup of tea, but they're going to take him down. I wonder if he's having bad dreams. She really, he's going to come to her. So Navalny's going to come to his wife. She's going to have great dreams about him. He's really at peace. He wants her to stay because he doesn't want the children to lose their mother too. Because she's so mad. I'm telling her she's willing to take some risks that she shouldn't take. That's what I just heard. I see her talking at a lot of places, being a speaker. So she's going to stir up the pot, that's for sure. I mean, but he's so cocky. She could fall out of window and they act like, oh, gee, that's a shame. Maybe we'll have an investigation. And it was him that did it. But I don't see her dying. Okay. All right. So I got to look. I'm so sorry. I got to look at Congress. Mike Johnson. Oh, they're going to get Gaetz, Gaetz. I just saw that. Somebody just pulled them away. Gaetz is going. So tell me about Mike Johnson. He's bringing his Bible to a place that had no place for a Bible, because this isn't about religion. This is about separation in church and state. He's having white nationalists do prayers. He's lily light. Usually those are the ones with a real sneaky background, if you know what I mean. Not that I'm saying, but you didn't hear it from me. I read on him before. I've always saw his time being limited. Now, there was something kind of scary on one of a note caller. Sorry, you guys. So sorry about the interruption. The 707 area code, I was like, oh, but it was somebody else. It wasn't my vet. Because I'm keeping the phone right next to me in case my vet calls. But at least it rang. So we were looking at Ronald McDonald. This is a weird hit. I just got a hit of like a wall coming down in front of him. And through all the MAGAs in Congress, like they're in a prison. Like boom, boom, like an ice cube, like they can't move. So anyway, on MSNBC, somebody was talking, I think it was MSNBC or somebody else was talking about, that the Congress can stop letting Biden be president when he wins. They said if he wins. And put Trump in there. And I absolutely do not see that. Yeah, I guess they want to be cautious, but isn't it so funny how they love to fear-base us, make us afraid? Tell me about what's going to happen. I'd see President getting the money to give to Ukraine. So he's got the Five of Swords. So there's a lot of enemies looking at Mike, the Speaker of the House. There's people very upset with him. He's going to come through some difficult waters. He needs to trust his instincts, because if he doesn't, it's going to work against him. Yeah, he's not really a good Christian type. He's not a good person at all. He's unlike McCarthy, he doesn't try to please everyone, but he's trying to get his point in. But I see him really having a rough time, you guys. Ten of Swords is the outcome. Let me tell you something. I said this before, that budget's about ready to come up again, isn't it, in March? And I feel that he might actually have to work across this, because he doesn't want the government to shut down, not on his watch. But what'll happen is these people go cray-cray again if he works with Biden. I mean, as it is, they don't want the border taken care of because it'll help Biden. They don't want, and the stock market, by the way, is going through the roof. And they don't want this or that. And the things that I heard Michael Moore say, I was a Bernie person. But when Bernie lost, I was on the streets pushing for Biden, and I voted for Biden. And I will tell you, yeah, he's old, but he has done more probably since Roosevelt. And what I feel is I'm a little disappointed in Biden not speaking up about or stopping this military stuff with Netanyahu. I just feel that this is about ready to burst. Netanyahu is going to do something to create more chaos. That's what I see. So this guy, Johnson, that's in the House, they're getting ready to go through some stuff. Ooh, okay, thank you. So what I'm getting is actually the stuff they're going to go through is stuff that's happening to Trump. So they're all acting like, oh, we love our master, but they're not going to be able to spray potpourri on it and it smells good. There's crap in the room. And, even like with all this stuff they were talking about impeaching, that's going to fall flat on his face. But they're still talking about, doing this and doing that. Yeah, somebody wrote me that somebody had said that Jim Jordan is a Russian. Yeah, they're all connected with Russia. They have stuff on them too. I've often felt they had stuff on Lindsey Graham. They're very backdoor stuff. And listen, when Putin goes, stuff's going to come out about Trump that Putin has. Like, the wee tapes. Okay. So I just got a thing from I just got a announcement that Blinken has said that Israeli is talking about new settlements. Israeli settlements in Palestine territories. And apparently that was a Trump thing. And they said it's inconsistent with international law. So that's going to cause trouble for them too. I'm telling you, Netanyahu is going to do something that's going to piss even Biden off. Mark my words on that, you guys. Mark my words. Okay, so this shouldn't be very long. I just wanted to touch bases. I just want you to know, let's ask just for the upcoming week. Oh, I know what I wanted to ask. You know, timeframes are really hard, but when the heck is Congress, the Supreme Court going to come back and say the immunity thing? That's very important. When will the Supreme Court say that Trump is not immune? Can you give me some sort of an ability to see? Can you give me some sort of ability? Immunity, when is it coming through? It's definitely coming through, so don't worry about that. Look at that, they're still arguing and fighting. Somebody's showing their, you know what, I went out of it, Justice Thomas and the other guy. So one, Ace of Wands, one day, 1 week. There's constant fighting over here. Ooh, Trump's going to be upset. Upset. I feel like the 14th, they're not going to do, but I feel that the immunity, they're going to do anywhere from 1 to 3. So 1 week at the most. Or it could be March 1st. I don't know what day that lands. I hope it's not March 1st. I hope it means like even by next week. I don't know who would be arguing that the president of the United States has total immunity to commit crimes. I don't understand it, but it's going to be kind of ridiculous. Then we're going to see it on the news every day for the next 10 weeks. Every time something happens. And poor Nikki Haley knows she's not going to win. But if you'll notice, Biden, in any place he goes, wins hands over, way over Trump. So, you know, like they didn't talk about Nevada, that he had all kinds of people vote for him. But, you know, even though Trump doesn't win by a landslide, he's not going to win in the general election, if he even gets that far. Okay, so Angel of Light and Mercy, can you just tell me something I can tell everybody? What is it you want to say? Pray for this country, pray for this nation. You know, this nation wasn't built on great standards. I hate to say it. The gist of the Constitution is a beautiful thing, but what people had to go through, what my nation, my Comanche nation had to go through, what even Italians and the Irish were treated so badly when they came here. The Chinese were slaves and couldn't own any land. You know, we don't have a clean slate. And it's sort of like what goes around comes around. And even women, you know, I was watching this great show on PBS about airline stewardesses. And the first Black airline stewardess, she had to fight like hell to get on there. She had to go all the way up to the Supreme Court. But, you know, airline stewardesses were lily white. They had to be basically hookers because they didn't want to marry. They had to wear a hat. They had to wear a girdle. They had, you know, that's what they were. They wanted to appeal to the men. And all the bigwigs wouldn't. Then they had what they call pursers, which was the male stewardess. He got more money and he got his own room. And then when they went to the Supreme Court, they said, well, why don't the stewardesses get their own room? Well, you know, sir, women always go in twos. They even go in twos to the bathroom together. They said the judge laughed out loud. But anyway, so they worked hard for everything they got. And, you know, women couldn't have a credit card until 1971. So it's been a lot of work, but, you know, we have a lot of resistance in that energy. So things will get better, don't worry, but know that behind a lot of stuff is Putin. A lot of misinformation. That guy that came in and thought he handed over a Hunter, and that was all Putin back. That was all Russia misinformation. Do you guys remember that girl? And it was in the Me Too time, and she said Biden had assaulted her, and everybody was like, oh. I'll never forget Mika on Morning Joe. I was so mad at her. And she said, she looked at Joe Biden, what do you have to say? And I remember he looked like a deer in the headlights. He was like, what? Well, to be honest, I don't even remember her, but he couldn't say anything right. So then I had a friend too that, she was involved in the Me Too movement, and people were mad at her because we all said, and I said this out loud, this woman is a plant. She's not for real. She's lying. And I think I said it on my show. She's probably a Russian asset. She's lying. And now what's going on? This woman moved to Russia. She lives in Russia. She was a Russian plant. That was all fraud. She should have gone to jail for lying. Okay, you guys. Well, they could put me in jail for lying about my weight. It's just that it's a little obvious I don't weigh 110 pounds. You know what I'm saying? So I love you all. Say prayers for my Lulu. I'll let you guys know. I'll write on my YouTube, my community page, that she did okay. My sweet little baby. She didn't have breakfast. She was very upset. I like when I'm in PO, if I can have just my 1 cup, all I need is 1 cup of coffee. Oh, I'm upset. But now, like when I went in for surgery before, they let you have a cup of coffee as long as you don't have no cream in it. So I was like, whoa. So I did have a black cup of coffee before my surgery. Okay, you guys, take care. Cheers.